this tutorial, we are going to go over how to feed leads from AgentLocator as contacts into your Mailchimp account right here. So the first thing you're going to do is log into your Zapier account, and you're going to create or make a Zap, either or, same thing. When you go to create a Zap, it's going to ask you when this happens. So basically when a lead comes into AgentLocator. So if you don't see AgentLocator in your apps, you're simply just going to check for it right here. Just start typing AgentLocator. It will pop up, and then you're going to select that. Now, when this happens, you want to choose the event. So in this case, it's when a new lead enters AgentLocator, we want that new lead's information to go into Mailchimp essentially. So we're going to select new lead and then go continue. From here, you are going to select the account that you're wishing to connect with. So if you haven't already connected an AgentLocator account, you are going to add a new one. When you add a new one, it is going to require that you provide an API key, and then you're just going to click yes, continue. The API key is found in the administration under company administration, and you will be able to see there's a Zapier API key that'll be located at the top of this page. So let's give it a second here. You're simply just going to copy this and then paste it here. Yes, continue. This will update essentially, and then you're just going to go click on continue once you've done that. We're then just going to find the data. So we're testing the trigger that it's actually able to do that, and they found a lead essentially. So you're going to work off this lead and click continue. We're then going to now tell Zapier what's going to happen. So when a new lead goes into AgentLocator, what is going on? So in this case, we want it to go into Mailchimp. So again, if you don't see Mailchimp here, you're simply just going to search for it and select it from the list. And the event that you're going to choose is we're going to add or update a subscriber, meaning we're going to add a new subscriber, or if that subscriber happens to already be in your database, it's going to update that subscriber with additional information. And then we're going to continue from here. This is where you're going to connect your Mailchimp account. So if you haven't already connected it, you again will add new. The little pop-up appears. It's then going to just ask you to log in, set your permissions, and away you go. Once you do that, of course, this is going to update. You may need to select it, but regardless, or essentially you're just going to select the account and click continue again. We then need to customize the subscriber. So basically, where is this person going to go, and how are these fields going to update in Mailchimp? So we're going to select the audience. So these will be audiences that you have set in your Mailchimp account. So I have one selected already here for AgentLocator. We're then going to put the subscriber's email. So again, we're just mapping this information. We've got email here, so we're going to select that. We're then going to be asked if we want to double opt-in. So basically what happens is, and again, this has to go with your privacy policy, things like that, where do they have to, like terms of use, are they going to have to double opt-in, or based on terms of use, are they already opted in, you have permissions to communicate? So if you choose true, basically for double opt-in, what will happen is Mailchimp will send them an email that they need to confirm. If you do false, that email does not happen. I am just going to do false for this example, but again, do your research, check the privacy policy on your website, or have it updated if you don't want to have people to have to double opt-in. Update existing. So basically, if there is no Zap, skip this step. The subscriber exists, otherwise it overrides the data sent. So yes, we want to update an existing lead. Do you want to replace the current groups? In this case, I do the add only, basically. So basically, they'll add that existing group. So if that person's already part of several groups, for example, they would also just be added to this additional group. It's not going to replace any of those previous groups that they were added in. You can then choose the group that they're going to go into. In this case, we do not have a language code. You do if you have tags created in Mailchimp. You can have it so that those incoming leads already have that tag, so you may have some automation built out in your Mailchimp according to those tags and so on. In this case, I don't personally have any tags selected. You then have your first name. So again, we're just mapping this information. So first name, last name. If we had the address, that's something that you can definitely throw in there. If there is that in there, it would map that information into that lead as well. And then, of course, their phone number, we would throw that information in there as well. So once you've added all this information in here, we're just simply going to go continue. Now, it's going to ask, it pulls all this information, this is what it's going to send. We are going to test and continue. Now, in some cases, in many cases, because it's sending you a fake lead to test this with, Mailchimp is recognizing that this email may not actually be a valid email, it looks fake. So you can troubleshoot, there's no point in doing it. We know it's a fake email address, so what you can actually do is just skip this test and then turn your Zap on. So you can also toggle it here, turn it here. You're also, if you scroll to the top, you're also going to name this Zap as well so that you know what this Zap is. So again, you're going to have a list of Zaps here, so indicating this is just for your personal reference what actually happens. So we do have this set up essentially. So I already have this Zap turned on, which was the AgentLocator to Mailchimp. So I'm just going to test it out. I'm going to create a lead in AgentLocator, and we will see. Now, this is more or less an instant app, so it doesn't take very long for the lead to parse into Mailchimp. So if we add a new lead, and again, this is if you're manually adding a lead or if a lead is registering and entering your CRM, regardless of how they enter the CRM, basically it's going to push that information into Mailchimp. So let's just call this one, training on, and then Mailchimp. So you guys can see and differentiate. So I'm just going to put a fake phone number in and a fake email, but 12345.com and save it. So now that this lead has been successfully created on AgentLocator, if we go into the audiences for AgentLocator here in Mailchimp, I will just, it's going to take a couple seconds here for this to actually pull through. So we'll just give it, we can see that there's still only 2 contacts in here. Again, it will not take very long for this to update. And there we go. So there's the new lead. So we now have 3 contacts in here. We can see the email address, the first name, training on Mailchimp. There's my phone number. And it's also giving you the source that it's coming from Zapier as well, that this lead is feeding in here. Should you guys require any help with respect to Zapier or troubleshooting, please contact support@agentlocator.ca.